It has been almost 15 years since the residents and students of the Hossein Zehi village have not had a proper bridge to travel between the villages for going to school or daily shopping. Instead, these residents have been using an electric wire rope in order to cross the river. So far, no actions have been taken to construct a bridge here, which is no longer than a few meters. On Friday, the 6th of February 2015, the Deputy Minister of Cultural Heritage and Tourism Organization expressed his strong objection towards the collapsing of one of the walls of Prophet Daniel's tomb in Susa and said that, "I have put the project on a halt and asked the contractor to comply with all technical requirements and conditions." On Saturday, the 7th of February 2015, Mohammad Reza Pourshajari was transferred to the solitary confinement after announcing that he has started a hunger strike in protest against the uncertainty of his sentence and his rearrest, as well as cases being fabricated against him. Dr. Hossein Rafi'i, a member of the National Religious Activists, wrote a letter to Hassan Rouhani, the current president of Iran, and objected towards the fabrication of court cases by the Ministry of Intelligence and asked him to give orders for an investigation to begin into the illegal acts by the Ministry of Intelligence in order for the President to defend the Constitution and civil rights. Furthermore, all social networks are sharing the news of what has recently happened in the city of Ahvaz. It is clear that people are objecting towards the recent poor air pollution in the city of Ahvaz more than ever, and are asking for the issue to be resolved as soon as possible. Furthermore, Shahindokht Molavardi announced that women's economic participation rate is only 6.12%, and their economic income is low enough that it requires serious planning. Furthermore, Mashhad's Friday Imam criticized permits given to women for solo singing performances, and further added that permits are not sufficient enough for women to hold solo singing performances. Farimah Noorfardi, the leader and the vocalist of the music group called Parsia, announced that female musicians practice and work really hard but receive nothing in the end, and in their performances they are not allowed to be filmed, photographed, or have their voice recorded. This problem has caused female artists and musicians to be unrecognized worldwide. We have repeatedly requested the organizations to at least keep these records for themselves so that the performances can be observed and seen, but nobody has provided this service. On Saturday evening, the 7th of February 2015, a large number of students from Tehran University dormitory protested by gathering in the university and demanded their rights from the university officials. These students protested against the following issues: the rising of the costs, the reduced capacities of dormitories, traffic restrictions during off hours at night, declaring silence at night for all the students, undesirable internet service, increasing price for the guests visiting the dormitory, and inappropriate encounters by the security officials towards the students. On Monday the 9th of February 2015, Raibvar Abdullahi was sentenced to 1 year imprisonment, and the verdict was announced to him by the judge. He was charged with being a member of the coordination committee to help form workers' organizations and propaganda against the regime in favor of one of the oppositions. Furthermore, on Monday the 9th of February 2015, Hatam Samadi, a labor activist, was arrested at 10 in the morning at his workplace by several undercover officers and was transferred to an unknown location.
Reports suggest that a prisoner with drug-related charges was hanged in the Adel Abad prison of Shiraz. Ali Rezai, a civil activist, was arrested at the Mer Abad prison and was transported to an unknown location. Ali Rezai is considered as a moderate Azeri activist. A number of residents were sentenced to imprisonment by the general prosecutor of the Tabriz province on charges of disturbing public order during the football match of a team called Traktor. 2 prisoners with drug-related charges were hanged in the central prison of Urumia. On Wednesday the 4th of February, a Baluch citizen from the city of Rikoput was shot dead by the security forces of Iran Shah city for no reason. During the past year, the number of shootings towards Baluch youngsters by the security forces have increased. On Thursday the 5th of February, a 14-year-old boy was shot dead and his 20-year-old brother was severely injured by the security officers on suspicion of diesel smuggling whilst transporting diesel. Both of these youngsters were from the Baluchistan province. On Sunday the 8th of February, the security forces shut down a Sunni religious school with a known history of keeping prophetic tradition in the city of Mashhad, and the teachers were forbidden from teaching. On Saturday the 7th of February, Mostafa Danishju, a Dervish's rights activist, was transferred to the Evin Prison's medical clinic due to a heart attack and following the doctor's order that he must be urgently sent to the hospital. However, this urgent transfer to the hospital has been delayed due to the need to coordinate with the attorney. On Monday the 9th of February, Manusher Kholusi, a Baha'i citizen, was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment on charges of acting against national security and propaganda against the government. Hamid Reza Moradi, one of the Dervish's rights activists, was returned to Evin prison while he was being transferred from the Sina hospital to the Shohadaya Tajrish hospital for medical advice. It has now been more than 2 weeks he's been deprived from taking his heart medication. Branch 1 of the Administrative Justice Court rejected the cases of a number of Baha'i youths who requested to have their documents checked and considered in order for them to continue their education at the university. Farah Baghi, a Baha'i citizen who was supposed to start her imprisonment sentence on the 16th of February, was forced to be imprisoned on the 10th of February after the security forces raided her house. She, along with 19 other Baha'i citizens, were sentenced to a total of 57 years imprisonment. The Director of Emergency Social Welfare announced that child abuse has the highest rank in the concept of social harm. He also stated the Social Welfare Centre receives 40 calls each day regarding physical abuse towards children. The Director General of Crisis at the Elam Governor General Office referred to the increased amount of dust in the air and stated that 5 cities in the Elam province are in a critical condition due to pollution.